Voted by you, Customer Choice Food Awards, best cake. It's my grandma's. It's that moist, fantastic, phenomenal, irresistible, my grandma's coffee cake that we have now back in stock, and Marie-Louise Ludwig is joining us. Hello, Marie-Louise Ludwig.
Hello.
Those very pretty colors you're wearing today.
Thank you so much, my Susan Graver.
There you go.
There you
Nice
go.
little
Plug for
cross-promotion.
Susan.
Do we have in this assortment, do we have the possibility of getting the cinnamon walnut?
Yes, we do.
Do we have the possibility of getting the blueberry?
Indeed.
And what about the almond poppy?
Traditional favorite, and it is also here today.
I love the almond poppy, by the way, and I love
nice.
all of these are great. So first of all, the My Grandma's difference. Why do you think it's won best cake again and again and again?
Because it's consistently delicious. It is based on a 150-year-old plus real grandmother's recipe, and our owner, Bob Cates, refuses to change the ingredients. So as things get more expensive over the years, he always guarantees you're going to get the same size, same quality, same great taste, that Madagascar bourbon vanilla, that sour cream, and that freshness that everybody loves. You can always count on the deliciousness.
If you're a fan, you want to chat with us, 1-800-395-1601.
That would be fun.
There's 155-star reviews on this. We didn't bring a lot of these in today, so where do you want to start? Why don't we start with the absolute classic, the cinnamon walnut?
Well, we should start in Boston. We're going to bring everybody to Boston because that's where your cakes are baked fresh. But this is where it all began, and let's go to our bakery. Here's the big difference. Do you know what you see there? You see people. You see bakers. You see hands.
As opposed to computers and machines. You see real people?
You see real people. You see hands-on loading that signature streusel in the middle, hand topping all of our small batches of cakes with the nuts and the chocolate chips and the fruit or whatever we happen to be baking for the day. Baked for about an hour, cooled, and then put into a bag that will allow you to keep the cake in the freezer for 365 days if you want, so slice as needed. But these arrive to you totally fresh, ready to go out of the bag. If you don't want to eat it, stick it in your freezer because there's no artificial preservatives in them.
So have a slice, stick the rest in your freezer, you're going to be good to go. Cinnamon walnut is what brung you, right?
Yeah, this is where it all began. And this is totally our signature cake because look at the top. Our cakes are as beautiful to look at as they are to eat, but this one in particular, loaded with fresh, crunchy California Mariani walnuts. A huge difference when these bake up. The oil mixes with that cinnamon sugar, so good. And then all the way through the middle, you can see that signature streusel. This cake is very heavy.
That is a heavy cake.
Yeah.
Here comes the blueberry for people who are shopping.
Listen, this is one of our all-time favorites. Being a bakery in New England, of course, we have to spotlight those plump and delicious New England blueberries, which are loaded all the way through the cake.
Fewer than 700 remaining.
All the way down to the streusel. And I always tell everybody, this is kind of like my test cake for how homemade these are, because when you get these home and take these out of the wrapper, it'll be on a piece of cardboard. It's nice and sticky on the bottom.
A curveball for you, Marie-Louise, but you're an expert. What is streusel?
Streusel. Well, it's the streusel all the way through the middle. You can get streusel on the top, which is like a topping. You know, like the streusel, like sometimes on muffins, you'll put streusel, which would be a little bit of sugar and something else. In this case, it's cinnamon sugar and it's the blueberries. Okay. I'm going to quiz you on that at some point.
This, by the way, is the almond poppy. I'm saving my bite for the almond poppy.
You can have this piece right here.
I will indeed.
Well, this one is probably one of our most traditional cakes. And for those of us who can remember the days when our grandmothers and our aunts and our moms made those traditional Eastern European cakes, this was one of the favorites. Love it?
But you know what I'm getting there?
Yeah.
You're seeing the poppy. I'm tasting the almond.
Yes.
The almond in the almond poppy. They're putting almonds in. That is so good.
And you know why you could taste that? Because all of our ingredients are pure. So you have pure almond extract in there, in addition to that pure Madagascar bourbon vanilla. And then what makes this special, if you've never tried it, those little poppy seeds in there add a nice little crunch to it.
Life's too short not to have this. Right now, look at this. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? An espresso cup of coffee, a little tea. You're having a gathering. I love what our food stylists have done by cutting these up a little bit.
Let's take a peeky.
And saying, put them in your yogurt, little My Grandma's parfait. Here's what's remaining right now. Cinnamon walnut, 800. If you want the blueberry, 600. Look out, here comes my almond poppy. 650, lots of slices here.
Yeah, we say about 15 slices per cake. So imagine you get this and you keep this in the freezer, and then you're like, friends are coming over. Oh my goodness, what do I serve? Take it out. It thaws out in about an hour. Cut it into slices with coffee or tea. It's super. But some of the other things you can do with this, I know we talk about this pretty much every presentation, but this is amazing for French toast. What?
So
a
now you have
coffee
French
cake with
toast
French
of
toast?
coffee. Yeah,
Down
that's
here
a
in the
lot.
front, you can do a little bit of an egg batter if you want and put it in there. And look, you've got this delicious French toast, a little bit of warm syrup on the top, maybe just a side of fruit, and now you have a really nice, delicious breakfast.
Now, when you there's one. I also see one right next to it with some ice cream.
Yeah.
Would you heat that up in the microwave for like 5 seconds and then pop the ice cream on there? Or are you like all room temperature all the time?
You know what? You can do whatever makes you happy. But that sounds really good there. But look, you've got the almond, poppy, and then you just drizzle if you
Almond
want.
poppy.
A little bit of chocolate over
that's
the
winning
top
the
of
day.
that. That's really great there. You know, and then trifles. One of my favorite things to do with this is a trifle. Get yourself a trifle bowl or just a round glass bowl. Take one of our coffee cakes, cut it into cubes. Go to the supermarket, grab fresh fruit, layer maybe a whipped topping with fresh fruit or vanilla pudding with the fruit, and do layers of the cube cake and fruit and a little bit of whipped topping or pudding on the top. Look at that. Is that not
You know what? One of my
spectacular?
favorite things when the boys come back, the boys are back in town, when our boys come home, is we love brunch. It's just a great,
It's one of
everybody
my
loves
favorite
eggs with
meals of the
bacon. Like,
day.
this is an incredible brunch idea.
It really
right?
is.
Really easy to do. I asked you streusel, the big streusel question. I'll also ask you about Madagascar bourbon vanilla.
Listen, I am a baker. It is very, very expensive. It is hard to get, and so many have gone to imitation vanilla. Well, you just can't do that. You have to have that expensive pop of flavor. It's signature in our cakes. It's something that Bob Cates is not going to change, and it's what separates us from everybody else.
Hello.
Hi.
Darling.
Hello.
I was going to do a swiper
I know.
fox.
I'll hand this to you on the way
Saw
up.
that.
You know, this is a perfect opportunity as you're taking a bite to show everybody how this arrives. So you get a great box. If you do a bill to, ship to, this is the box everybody is looking for with the favorite My Grandma on the center. Then this is how we package them, because remember, we ship them fresh to you. So on the inside is a nice piece of cardboard, which further protects the top, because once it leaves our bakery, we can't be responsible for what everybody else is going to do with it. And then a nice little piece of cardboard on the bottom. This freezer bag opens up. It keeps your cake fresh in the freezer. There's no butter or trans fats in this, so it freezes beautifully and then can rewrap.
You know
if
what?
You want
Fresh
to.
is best. That's
Always.
That's why it's good.
Yeah,
Fresh is best.
always.
Fresh.
You know what you know about QVC and great food is the host off-camera bite. Like, we all do the on-camera yum yum. Oh, and it's true. It's authentic. It's great. But then there's just what happened here. Off camera. I counted 3.
3? They were small.
But you didn't have to tell people about that. You didn't. You really didn't.
You got me for being grumpy, so I'm getting you for the off-camera bite earlier. Do you have a
Here's
favorite?
the other
Jane,
part.
yeah, please.
The off-camera walk with this cake off pipe. You know how many of these plates I have in my dressing room?
I'll
from
bet.
leaving here and going
Hey, go ahead and just keep on good. We got the show.
and not and forgetting
love
to
it.
bring it back.
Let's go through
love
choices
it.
one more time. So
Please.
cinnamon, walnut,
Cinnamon, walnut,
blueberry, and
that's what I
poppy,
have.
starting here.
Yeah, cinnamon walnut. This is our signature. This is where it all began. This is the one our QVC family absolutely loves and must have.
Now, let me tell you, if you are really loving that cinnamon walnut, try something else. Try the blueberry. For my money, I'd try the almond.
I know
poppy.
you love the almond
almond
poppy. It's one of my
poppy is very
favorites.
good.
It's so good.
I do love that
But
one.
the summertime, grab this blueberry. Some of these are so incredibly seasonal. Get this in your freezer. When people come over for Memorial Day or 4th of July, take it out, pop on those
Don't
strawberries
forget
and
about the
blueberries.
bill to, ship to, too.
Red,
These
white,
are
and
great.
blue.
Yeah.
Shipped to my house.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for our time. Thank you, Marie-Lise. Nice to have you here. My
for you.
sister friend.
Good to
thank
see
so
you.
much. That's going to do it for our time. We're leaving now with our food. Alberti and Rachel are coming up to keep this party going. And Monifa as well. It's Gourmet Holiday. Continues when, Jane?
Right after this break. Yep.